past week, President Trump and Elon Musk's DOGE proposed cutting the IRS workforce by nearly 20% over the next 2 months. The agency has already fired thousands of workers and auditors right in the middle of tax season. Now, sources inside the IRS telling CNN it appears DOGE's priority is accessing its vast data systems. Joining me now, Amy Hanauer, the executive director of the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy. Let me start here. This is the middle of tax season. And look, most Americans don't love the IRS. In fact, I would say they dislike the IRS, but they understand that taxes help pay for things like roads and bridges and schools and et cetera, et cetera. When you see the word 20% cuts, what does that mean for the average American when dealing with the IRS?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing is that, look, we're going to see billionaires and huge multinational corporations that hide profits overseas or cheat on their taxes. They're going to be emboldened to do so more than ever. So we're going to see billions of dollars that should rightly be going to fund services for us, for the American people, instead being diverted toward the wealthiest tax cheaters. So I think the main winner from the IRS not being able to do its job is those who are breaking the law. But as you were sort of saying, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll just say the vast majority of us have our taxes withheld from our paychecks every month. So we pay what we owe. And so the second big loser is going to be law-abiding citizens who have questions about their taxes or about their refunds. They're going to be much less able to get service from the IRS. And this has historically been a problem for the agency. Decades of cuts had led to half-hour wait times. But last year, with just a modest increase in funding, the IRS was able to bring wait times for customer service down from an average of 28 minutes to just 3 minutes. That's going to go away.
Do you think this is going to affect tax refunds? Because a lot of people sort of rely, if they're overpaid, on the tax refund at the mid part of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it could. Look, what we're seeing is that we've got these kind of 20-something kids who really aren't trained to do what they're being asked to do or what they're insisting on doing. So like, we wouldn't let lawyers operate welding equipment. We wouldn't let social workers perform surgery. So why are we letting untrained, unelected, unqualified computer programmers be given free rein over our most sensitive economic data? And yes, our refunds and everything else that goes into our tax returns. I think American people are going to be the ones to pay.
I want to talk to you about what we're hearing from IRS workers who have talked to CNN and just give you just some sense of the panic that has sort of gone through the agency. This is what one of the workers said. They just, talking about DOGE, they just randomly drop by people's offices, demanding access to systems. They're bullying us, and there's no discipline in what they are doing, which really worries me. And a second person said, it's a cluster F, and I can't believe no one is stepping in to do anything. How safe is our data? It has everything from who your kids are, where you live, where you work, how much you make, who you donate money to when it comes to, your charitable donations. I mean, it's pretty much every piece of data that you could possibly get, the IRS has. And now, so does DOGE, apparently.
Right. I mean, this is really sensitive financial information of our elderly parents, of young first-time taxpayers, of working families. And I think we're playing with fire to let Musk and his minions have access to it. I think it's really dangerous. And, we don't know what their motives are. And I think there's a real lack of respect for the training that IRS employees have historically gotten. And, these are people who have a mission of making sure that people get their refunds and that the American government is well funded to deliver services to American people. I think that Musk's people have a very, very different mission in mind and have a lot of their own profit motive.
The Musk folks and DOGE say it's all about, cutting back the government and all about getting rid of waste, which a lot of Americans want to happen as far as getting rid of wasteful spending, but there are a lot of questions as to whether or not there is an ulterior motive. A lot of people showing up at town halls questioning what is happening with the number of people being let go. Amy Hanauer, thank you. Thank you so much for walking us through that. Appreciate you.